Yeah, Alex, let's waste no time. We're going from 5 to 1 to, I guess, increase the tension and see what everyone thinks might be the number one player. We'll start out with number 5, Luther Burden III, a junior out of Missouri. 5'11", 208 pounds in 2024. He had 61 catches, 676 yards, 11.1 yards per catch, and 6 touchdowns. So, only just about 700 yards. He was one of the only, I think he was the only player that I thought it was fair to include their 2023 stats as well, because it wasn't their best season in 2024. Because in 2023, Burden 86 catches, 1,212 yards, 14.1 yards per catch, and 9 touchdowns. So I think that was fair for him to get both of those opinions to kind of see the difference there. He's a two-time first-team All-SEC in 2023 and 2024, regardless of how his last season this past year went. His strengths: he's a dynamic playmaker who excels with the football in space, generates big plays with post-catch burst and acceleration, excellent play strength, and routinely breaking tackles. The weaknesses for Burden: his slot heavy usage, limited outside snaps since the start of that 2023 season, so both in 23 and 24, limited time on the outside. Consistency having answers. Consistently having answers when facing pressed alignment, and having fewer concentration drops in space for Burden. That's his weaknesses. Alex, you got number
On
4.
to number four now. We've got Emeka Egbuka, a senior out of Ohio State, 6'1", 205 in 2024. He had 81 catches for just over 1,000 yards, that calculating out to 12 and a half yards per catch, and 10 touchdowns. He was third team All Big Ten in both 2023 and 2024. Strengths of his: he's a very fluid route runner, and very detailed in his movement, fluid change of direction, breaks well to separate from coverage, and strong ball tracking ability all over the field. He doesn't really use his frame and wingspan to fully extend at the catch point, and staying healthy has also been an issue for him, battling knee and ankle injuries throughout the 2023 season. He actually ended up undergoing surgery in October of 2023 after a game against Maryland, known as a tightrope surgery to treat a high ankle sprain. So he has a device there on his lower fibula and tibia bones to accelerate the recovery. He missed 3 games as a result of that injury, but did actually return rather quickly in November. So injury concern there for him, but hopefully nothing too severe that really pushes him down boards a lot.
Alex, on to number 3, Matthew Golden from Texas, a junior, 6', 195. In 2024, 58 catches, 987 receiving yards, 17 yards per catch. 17 yards per catch. That's absurd. And 9 touchdowns. Strengths for him: great long speed and bursts off the ball to create explosive plays down the field. The separation that he creates due to the sharp and crisp routes, that is, remarkable. Catch point competitiveness with good hand-eye coordination and body control. But just like you kind of talked about with Egbuka from Ohio State, injuries. I mean, it happens in football, but just another guy, unfortunately, that was plagued with some injuries was Matthew Golden. So with him, it's been 5 missed games prior to 2024. In 2022, it was a rib injury against Memphis, missed the following 2 games in 2023. Turf toe injury against Baylor, required surgery, missed 3 games. 2024 during the Cotton Bowl against Ohio State, Golden suffered an apparent foot or ankle injury. He initially returned to the game before being sidelined again. So, injuries have been a little bit of a problem. Again, nothing too crazy where he's like missed a half a season or a full season, but just something to note. He's got to also clean up concentration drops. Talked about that earlier, but accounted for 13 over the last 3 seasons. And then his play strength concerns contribute to struggles, and that's especially with run blocking. You could tell not really able to block the guys off the line of scrimmage, the cornerbacks. So Luther Burden, same guy who we talked about at 5 with these kind of concentration drops. That's kind of I think a skill that a lot of players develop as they move into the NFL level from college. So I don't want to say don't worry about it, but I would say it shouldn't be like a main concern on the mind of fans heading into the draft, that they should really worry about it. That's where I stand on that. Alex, number 2.
Yeah, moving to number 2 with Tairoa McMillan out of Arizona, junior, 6'5", 212 pounds. In 2024, he had 84 catches, just over 1,300 receiving yards with almost 16 yards per catch and 8 touchdowns. He was consensus All-American and first team Big 12. A huge frame as a pass catcher with very traditional NFL size, weight, and arm length. Very fluid mover for his size and great run after catch option as well, winning with his strength, his agility, and also his elusiveness, which is particularly impressive given his size. He does have questionable top end speed in terms of threatening the defense vertically, and his ability to consistently defeat press coverage and physical corners has been tested, and he has not been the most successful in college. Maybe that is something that he can hopefully change up, and I think will change up given his size and strength at the NFL level. So I'm not going to say like Josh again, but probably something not to be too concerned about, and a very consensus top 15 pick here in the NFL draft.
Alex, I debated putting our number 1 at number 1 because it should be McMillan. And I kind of want to make that clear just because people are more putting this player, who everyone probably already knows who I'm talking about, at the other position that he's known by, more than at cornerback or more than at wide receiver. I just gave it away. It's Travis Hunter at number 1. And it was really tough to make this choice because, again, if Travis Hunter is in this draft and saying he's going to play both in the NFL, it would have been McMillan, clear cut number 1 wide receiver in this draft class. But just because, I know Hunter is more most likely going to play cornerback, he's still, he's still saying he's going to play wide receiver, and if that's the case, he should be number 1 on this list. Junior out of Colorado, 6'1", 185 pounds. In 2024, had 96 catches, 1,258 receiving yards, 13 yards per catch, 15 touchdowns, the Heisman winner, the AP Player of the Year. He won the Fred Biletnikoff Award, which is given to the top college football wide receiver. He won the Walter Camp Award, which is given to the top college football player. His high IQ, always aware of the situation and where he's on the field. Twitchy player, great acceleration, allowing him to get to his top speed off the line of scrimmage quickly. Elite playmaker with game-changing traits. I mean, these are stats that when you think of them, or stats like strengths, when you think of them, you think of Odell Beckham in his prime. You think of DeAndre Hopkins in one-on-one situations. You think of Stephon Diggs. Elite playmaker with game-changing traits. And that's what Travis Hunter is hoping to bring into the NFL. Some weaknesses for him: needs to show more route variance. His combination of style and insistence on playing both sides of the ball could elevate injury risk, something he's already kind of encountered in each college season. That's all. That's the only weaknesses. And one of the weaknesses isn't even a weakness. That's showing how strong he is. And it's just saying that, maybe playing both sides of the ball could wear him out and he's more likely to get injured. Which is true. I mean, literally, you're playing more snaps. But I think that just shows to how crazy this guy can be in the NFL if he plays both. So really the only weakness, needs to show more route variance. That's about it. Alex, we'll go from 5 to 1 real quick. We got number 5, Luther Burden III, junior out of Missouri. Number 4, Emeka Egbuka, a senior out of Ohio State. Number 3, Matthew Golden, a junior out of Texas. Number 2, you said it better than I did. Tairoa McMillan, a junior out of Arizona. Travis Hunter Jr., Colorado. Number 1.